on earth does she seem to have the cash money to have 3 homes?
It's a very, very good question.
Alex Phillips critiques Keir Starmer's support for Labour tax policies, what it means. Stop what you're doing, because this just dropped and it's sending shockwaves through UK political circles. You're not going to believe the intensity of the discussion right now. While most of the media was focused on other headlines, a heated debate unfolded that's grabbing attention. Alex Phillips, journalist and commentator, has publicly critiqued Keir Starmer's stance on Labour's recent tax policies. And yes, it's stirring serious conversation across the UK. Here's the core story. Phillips addressed Starmer's decision to side with Labour leadership on tax policy decisions, particularly around adjustments to earlier pledges. She framed her critique in terms of accountability, transparency, and the implications for public trust. And instantly, the commentary ignited debates online, in newsrooms, and across Parliament. Let's pause for a moment. Tax policy is never just numbers on a page. It impacts businesses, families, public services, and the economy at large. Starmer's adjustments were described by Labour as necessary steps to manage the £50 billion budget gap, but the optics, that's where Phillips' critique comes in. She questioned whether these adjustments align with voter expectations and earlier promises, and the public is listening closely. Social media reacted immediately. One tweet read, "Finally, someone asking the hard questions: are Labour keeping promises or just shifting numbers?" Another said, "This isn't about politics, it's about accountability. Starmer needs to explain clearly." Thousands of people joined the conversation within hours, sharing opinions, concerns, and debates. Insiders in Westminster also weighed in. One political analyst told a news outlet, "This is a strategic moment." Phillips' critique shines a light on an ongoing tension. Starmer balancing fiscal responsibility with public expectations. The public will scrutinize every move. Another insider noted, "This debate isn't going away anytime soon. It's going to influence media coverage and voter perception in the coming weeks." To put this in perspective, Labour's tax policy adjustments are not unprecedented. Historically, parties have had to recalibrate fiscal plans in response to budget pressures, economic realities, and unforeseen gaps. But when voter expectations are strong, adjustments are always scrutinized, and commentary like Phillips only amplifies the scrutiny. Labour leaders responded carefully. A spokesperson said, "We are focused on ensuring that our policies are fair, balanced, and sustainable. Constructive dialogue is welcome as we work toward solutions." But the timing and tone of Phillips' remarks added pressure. Public attention is high, and the party needs to communicate clearly to maintain trust. Public reaction reflects the complexity. Some see the critique as justified, emphasizing the importance of holding leaders accountable. Others argue that pragmatic adjustments are necessary for economic stability. One popular thread online read, "Starmer has to balance promises with reality. Alex Phillips is making people think, but this isn't a personal attack." Another said, "This is the transparency voters want: questions, scrutiny, accountability." Opposition parties, naturally, have noticed. Conservatives suggest that the debate highlights uncertainty within Labour ranks, while some independent commentators focus on the broader implications for governance and fiscal responsibility. Economists are also weighing in, noting that clear communication of adjustments is essential to maintain public confidence and market stability. Here's the wider context. UK politics has seen similar moments where media figures raise pointed questions about party policy. These moments often become defining episodes in political narratives, shaping perception, influencing debate, and driving media coverage. Phillips' critique has that potential. And there's more than just political theory at play. Real people are watching closely. Citizens, small business owners, public sector workers, and families are trying to understand how these tax adjustments will affect them. Questions abound. Will taxes rise? Will services be affected? How transparent is the decision-making process? These questions fuel debate online and offline. Analysts highlight the subtlety here. Phillips' comments are sharp, but framed as critique, not attack. This nuance matters, especially in a climate where allegations, sensationalism, and misinformation spread rapidly. The discussion is about accountability and clarity, not personal vilification. So what happens next? Labour will need to respond thoughtfully, clarify its policies, and manage public perception. Every statement, briefing, and policy update will now be interpreted through this lens. And the dialogue sparked by Phillips will continue shaping the narrative for weeks. The bigger picture? Accountability in governance is under the spotlight. Parties must communicate clearly, balance competing priorities, and maintain public trust, and commentators like Phillips ensure that they are held to that standard. And the question remains, if this is just the start of public scrutiny, how deep will it go? Will Labour navigate this challenge successfully, or will pressure intensify? One thing is certain, the conversation isn't ending here, it's only getting started. Stay tuned. Because in politics, every comment, every policy, every critique matters, and right now, those moments are echoing louder than ever. One thing's for sure, this is a moment that London won't forget anytime soon. Stay tuned for more political updates, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comments below.